What's up, Nakama? I plan on doing a full review of this game once I complete it. However, in the meantime, I wanted to give you guys my first impressions of the first 10 hours of gameplay that I have. I went into One Piece Odyssey completely blind. All I knew going in was that it's a One Piece game. And with that being said, this is not your typical One Piece game. Almost every game in the series has been an action-adventure type game. Think Dynasty Warriors or Devil May Cry. One Piece Odyssey completely breaks from that and delves deep into the JRPG genre. I'm going to do my best to cover this segment without spoiling anything and just giving the general setup for the story. We start off with the Straw Hats being capsized onto a new island, splitting them into two separate groups. Luffy and his friends that are nearby go on a search and rescue mission for the missing crew members. Along the way, the crew finds out clues as to where they may have landed. Eventually, the crew all join together, and once they do, things start to take a turn for the worst. We run into people who we believe to be our enemy, but soon find out they're just there to defend their home island. One of the new characters to this game, Lim, has the ability to weaken anyone they touch, sending their physical strength outside of their body into these cubes. This sends the crew's strength across the island, like the Dragon Balls after you just wish Shenron for the entire One Piece manga catalog. Once Lim and Audio find out the Straw Hats aren't bad pirates, they tell the Straw Hats that the pirates wash up on the island all the time and cause chaos. Lim and Audio assume the roles of the protectors for the island, driving out any pirates that were there to cause harm. After finding out the Straw Hats are completely different from most pirates, they decide to help Luffy and crew recover their missing strength. Throughout our journey for the cubes, we uncover multiple Skypiea related artifacts. The story seems to draw heavy inspiration from Skypiea, from character design, world building, and even the abilities that we see used. Eventually, we come up on a large cube of strength, much too large to fit inside of us. Lim teaches us that in order to reacquire this power, we must delve into our past and fix something from our history. And that's kind of where I'm at with the story so far. Overall, it seems to be very well paced, with a thick plot only Oda could create.
I'm gonna be honest.
What other motherfucker you know?
I'm only looking at your titties right now.
Characters feel like you're watching the anime. The way they interact with each other feels really genuine, a major bonus coming from the voice acting, with all the voice actors from the anime coming to the game, so you feel like you're really watching the show. No worries of breaking immersion from bad voice acting. The next portion of the game I want to cover is the world building and art. The island of Wofford is extremely vibrant, covered in new Skypiea inspired designs. Early on, you'll mostly be fighting wildlife of the island, with a few exceptions being the guardian totems. Now, these are still mostly unknown as to where they come from. However, we do know they guard the island, and they do a very good job of it. As you explore around the world, you're able to swap who you play as between the crew, with each member offering unique advantages to the world. ILCA does a wonderful job of incorporating this into their already beautiful game. Reaching upper levels with Luffy's stretchy arms or crawling under a tiny crawl space as Chopper, there's plenty to explore and admire in this world. It makes me super excited to see what awaits me next. One Piece Odyssey is the first game in the series to attempt the JRPG genre, and that being said, it handles it magnificently. Keeping in mind I'm only 10 hours in, so my opinion could change as things open up to me in the game. However, so far the game has introduced multi-layered arena fighting, the traditional triangle of battle, meaning rock, paper, scissors, combined with additional status effects like burning, paralysis, freeze, and so many more to create a wonderful combat experience. All of the abilities you use are signature abilities from the show, and they all feel extremely impactful. The animations are stunning, very visually pleasing. You start the game with a small handful of abilities, but as you naturally progress through the game, you unlock more abilities to fill out your repertoire. Scattered throughout the world are cubes that allow you to level up your abilities, increasing their strength. On top of that, There are artifacts you can either find from defeating monsters, opening treasure chests, or even buying them from shops. Now, these artifacts offer several unique buffs such as additional HP, stronger attack power, or even more unique effects like freezing attacks. The teams are made up of 4-man groups that can be swapped between the Straw Hats, with each Straw Hat having unique combat advantages. Luffy, the Brute, uses power-based abilities, which are strong against speed. Zoro, the Swordsman, uses technique-based abilities, which are good against power. And lastly, you have someone like Usopp, who uses speed, and I'm sure you can figure out who that's good against. All of these elements combine to make a really fun gameplay loop, allowing me to play for a solid 10-hour game session without feeling any burnout. And that being said, I do have a few negatives I need to mention. I'm going to go more in depth in my full review once I finish the game. However, in the meantime, these are just a few quality of life issues I run into. While exploring around the world as Luffy, he has the ability to stretch his arms out and grab onto ledges or go over big holes in the ground. This essentially works as a grappling hook where you aim down and grab onto something. It would be a lot more fun if it was more Spider-Man-esque, where you swing out with your arms and swing from place to place. This doesn't have to be big, just any small amount of actual gameplay instead of just a quick time event is much better. Additionally, the majority of fences in the explorable world are not able to be jumped over. This isn't game breaking, however, it is always frustrating to hit an invisible wall in a game you're meant to be exploring. Overall, One Piece Odyssey has been extremely fun. I've had an absolute blast exploring around the island, playing as Luffy and the rest of the crew, experiencing a brand new world never seen before in the anime, taking advantage of the video game medium, allowing for things the anime couldn't even dream of to accomplish. I'm very excited to see where this game goes and how deep they go with the story. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to leave a like. And if you like videos like this, consider subscribing. Leave a comment down below letting us know what game you want to see covered next. New videos coming soon. Until then, I'm gonna go work on becoming King of the Pirates. See ya!
なんだこの島どうなってんだよでっけえ氷が空から降ってきた
なんだこりゃ変な氷だ中でなんか光